Trick or treat, smell my feet, fill my ark with something good to eat. Hello everybody, Sparkster1701 here. Happy Halloween to all of you viewers. And today, for our final video in the Kingdom line, at least until I can find some more of the toys, we're taking a look at the largest figure in the line, the Ark. Magnificent looking, isn't it, folks? Of course, for those of you Generation 1 fans, the Ark was, of course, the ship that transported the Autobots from Cybertron to Earth. And this is a very good representation of that ship. Although it is made to look a little bit more as to how it appears in the Netflix War for Cybertron cartoons. According to the lore established in the More Than Meets the Eye guidebooks, when Optimus Prime had Wheeljack and company build the Ark, he insisted that they hold out for the best available and quality of parts, so as to try to ensure that the Ark would hold up very well in its travels. Since in the differing lore, the Ark has been either classified as an exploration vessel or even an escape vessel. Now, of course, this thing has also been set up so that it is roughly to scale with the core class figures. Although I think that the scaling of it, with Optimus standing there next to it, the Ark is a bit small. So unfortunately, the Ark is not really all that well to scale with the core class of figures. Now maybe if this was a Micromaster class figure, it might be more accurately to scale. The scaling is probably meant more for the Teletraan 1 section that is kept inside this unit as a separate figure. So we're going to slowly take a look at this. We're going to start briefly by taking a look at all the loose parts, and then we will start to transform the toy. Okay, one other action feature. As you can see, the Ark does have landing struts underneath it, but it also, when you pull down on this lever here, when you push on this lever here, it brings down a ramp. Which would be great for having your Autobots debark the ship. And it just closes right up. And of course, as you just saw here with the loose parts, this piece just popped right off. Probably be seeing that a lot. To transform the Ark, the first thing we got to do is we got to close up the ramp. And of course, bring up the landing struts. I'm going to reattach this piece. And kind of hope and pray it doesn't fall out on us again. Now, to start the transformation, we reach over here onto this side, and there will be a panel that opens. And we will use that to fold the bridge section down and close it up tight. And we're going to stand the Ark, because we're going to come up here to the nose, and we are going to pop it free and fold it down the back. Just as you can see, we'll reveal the head. Excuse me just a moment, I got a call on my computer. Okay, turning it around to the back side. There we go again, another one of them fell off. Once you get the nose folded to the back, we should fold the thing entirely so it snaps and connects onto his back. Come on, stay on for me. So once we've done that, we got to get these sections on the side to fold outwards a bit. And we're going to lay it back down. So we're going to open up this midsection here. And you will remove this chunk, which will become Mainframe. But we'll take a look at him in a little bit. We're going to set it aside for the moment. While we've got this opened, these little side panels here, we are going to fold inwards like so. And of course, once those are in, we'll come up here and fold the plastic tabs here at the end outward as well before folding it back down. Then next, you'll take the sides of the craft. You're going to raise them upwards like so. And then fold them out to the side. This piece fell off again. I'm not fighting with it. There went the other one. So, away you guys go. I'm not fighting with y'all video. But you got them out to the sides. Then you just rotate them. So that way the Autobot symbol is facing you. Of course, make sure you got them all the way flat. Then you're going to bring the top back down. Lock it into place. So then once that's down... Oh, excuse me a second. Okay, while I was away, I figured I'd also change the batteries since they're getting a little low. Now we move down here to the lower section. I'm going to separate that like so. And then you stretch out each side so that the thrusters point out to the side for the moment. Once you've done that, underneath each one, you'll find some gray plastic that you're going to fold out to form feet. Do that here off camera to the other side. Then, of course, once you've done that, you're going to rotate them so that the feet will face towards his back and straighten the legs out. Then, of course, once you've done that, we can stand him and rotate him at the hip so that way everything lines up. That's better. Get the light shifted here a bit. Then next, here on the arms, right inside here, are his fists. You reach up at the top and we will just fold them down and outward. Sorry about the way this looks, folks. Get this reattached here and we'll pan upward a bit. Once we got the hands folded out, then it's a simple matter of get the arm section to fold out and down, just like that. And then you would turn them to face you. And then we can set up his hands to face us just like that. Turn the camera here so you can see me do that with the other arm. Oops, turned it the wrong way. And there we have it. Here is the Ark in all his glory. Of course, this robot mode was established in the Netflix cartoon. And definitely was quite a surprise. Let's take a look at his articulation briefly. The head does turn from side to side. It unfortunately does not move up and down. You kind of saw a glimpse of the arm movement, that it can move out to the side, and you do have full shoulder rotation. He does bend at the elbow 90 degrees, and he does have a swivel at the bicep. The hands have articulation as well. The thumb moves separately from side to side, and all four fingers are fused together. So you can merge it like that to be a fist. He does twist at the hip. You can spread his legs into a full split, and the legs and knees both bend at 90-degree angles. Now we're going to take a look at Mainframe here in a moment. Okay, let's take a look at the loose parts for the Ark. Now, of course, this is excluding the Ark and the section that becomes Mainframe. But these are the other loose parts, including a couple that won't be listed in a lot of places. And these are sections of the lower hull. The only reason I list these is that every sudden motion that I make with mine, these pieces fall off. So they come off very, very easily. In fact, I'm going to show you here. We'll get the Ark over here real fast. And these are the sections that connect down in here on the underside. For whatever reason, on my sample, they seem to pop off very easily, so I want to make sure that all you viewers know to keep an eye out for that, especially if you happen to buy one loose. Then, of course, there are a couple of large side hull plates. There's one for the left side and one for the right side. These come detached when you buy the toy brand new. These are in the cardboard up at the front where the nose of the craft is. And they just snap on. But if you intend to store your Ark in the box that it came in, these will have to be removed in order for it to fit. So that is something you will need to keep an eye on. The Ark also comes with 2 sets of these energy sparks. And of course they break down into 3 pieces here. You've got the large bottom piece. You've got a more conical shaped middle piece. And then of course you've got the long and thin tip. Well, they don't give you any guns for these. They say you're supposed to use them with the engines and whatnot, but I don't know. These things have always been mixed, in my opinion. When you get down to Mainframe himself, Mainframe will have these parts. First one here will be this probe. For those of you that were fans of the Generation 1 cartoon, you will remember that this is the probe that was sent out over Earth and what gave the Transformers their Earth modes. Nowadays, it's become more common in Transformer lore that they each have their own ability to scan objects that they wish to assimilate the form of. But this is a nice throwback to the old cartoon. The side panels on it do flip up, but they are not intended to be removed. So do bear that in mind. There's also on the Mainframe unit this little yellow bulb. Mine popped out very easily. I don't know if it's intended to be a removable piece or not, but this way you do know that it is a loose part. And something to keep in mind if you buy one loose. And then, of course, we have two of the golden discs. On the one side, they're both labeled as the Sounds of Earth. I don't think that's coming over very well on the camera. On the opposite side of the one, you've got all these drawings. And then, of course, on the other one, you have some more computerized stuff on it. And at any rate, those are the loose parts for the Ark. Okay, here's the section that we removed from the Ark earlier. This is labeled as Mainframe. And in this mode, he's really not all that impressive. But we're going to transform him first into his robot mode. The first thing we do is we start here on this side. We'll pop this free and fold it down to start forming his legs. Once you have it folded all the way down, we'll rotate it around, and that will start to form his legs. We're going to separate them. And as we turn him around to face this side, you're going to take these side panels here. We're going to fold them towards his back. Just had another section pop free. Seems to pop free. Things seem to pop free awfully easily on this toy. And of course, once we've done that, you'll take his feet down here, and you're going to twist them around to face the other way. And then you'll bring the panels back, like so. So now we'll turn him around to this side. I'm going to raise these panels out to the side to start forming his arms. Then these sections here will fold down like so. You will fold out his fists then. Just like that. Then we rotate the panels back up, because we're going to turn the arms to the side, all the way around like so, and bring them down. Then we come here, we're going to pop this section on down. Because we'll reach into this cavity. We're going to fold up his head, which we will rotate to face forward. And get all this shifted in and connected. And there you have it. Mainframe's robot mode. Alright folks, this here is Mainframe. Of course, Mainframe is a popular name at Hasbro. In 1990, Mainframe was released as a Transformer. He was an Action Master. And when you take a look at the Action Master and the Ark included Mainframe, there are a lot of similarities between the two. The head is shaped very, very similar. I'll get them closer to the camera here so you guys can see it. And when you look at the detail on the chest, on the upper portion of the chest, it is remarkably similar to each other. So it is definitely done as a nice homage to the Generation 1 toy. As I stated earlier, Mainframe was a popular name at Hasbro. The name was first brought in as a character for G.I. Joe in 1986. As a computer expert, the name would also get reused in the 1990s for its other toy line and cartoon known as Cops, where that was a female computer expert. A toy was originally slated to be made of her, but it never made it to production. So that concludes the history of Mainframe at Hasbro. Get the old one here out of the way. And let's take a look at Mainframe's articulation. You can turn his head from side to side. It cannot look up and down. His arms go out to the side about so far. And you can only rotate the arm at the shoulder out to about there because the kibble on his back gets in the way. You can bend his arm at the elbow 90 degrees, and he does have a swivel at the bicep. So, like his G.I. Joe counterpart, he has the famous battle grip. He can twist a bit at the hip, but unfortunately the kibble gets in his way. The legs can be spread apart into a full splits. You can lift Mainframe's leg up at the knee 90 degrees, and you can bend him at the knee 90 degrees. So all in all, a fair amount of articulation. Okay, we got one last thing to show off before we close out on this, and that is Mainframe does have another alternate mode. To get started with it, we got to once again separate the back section a bit. Get it extended outward a bit. We rotate his head to face backwards. And then fold it down inside. And then we'll bring the back up like so. Then we'll come down here and we twist his legs around like so. Then we're going to come around here to the back, and we will open up these panels on the sides of his legs. Once again, popping a section free, which is getting old. Then we extend them outwards like so. Now, once everything is fully extended like that, we'll come down here to his feet, and we turn them to the sides, like so. And then we will connect the legs together and try to hope that he doesn't fall down again. Now once we've done that, you've got to bend him down at the knees like so. Then they want you to bend it back at the hip and get these things to all line up and connect it together like so. Then you'll move his arms out to the sides like that. Because once we've done that, we will open up these panels here. The gold discs will likely fall out. The clamp on there really isn't that strong to hold both of them together. Then once they are out, we're going to come in here to the inside, and then these flaps here on the insides of the legs that keep falling out on me, you will bring them up and kind of line everything up so that it all connects together like so. Then for the arms, we're going to raise these panels up. And that was the other gold disc that fell out. We're going to fold the fists inwards. Then we bring the panels back down. Not by folding them down, but by rotating the arm. And then they should connect in at the side. And you G1 fans should recognize this. It's Teletraan 1, the computer system on the Ark that the Autobots frequently used. And it is perfectly to scale with the core class Transformers. That would just look better if we had some more Autobot figures to go with it. So now we get down to my thoughts. What do I think of the Ark? The Ark overall is an interesting set to get. I mean, it is the Ark vehicle itself. It is a nice and sturdy spacecraft. The robot mode in it is pretty excellent, and contrary to what you would think, it really isn't that hard to transform. The inclusion of Mainframe and Teletraan 1 is a nice bonus. It would just be a little bit nicer if we had more of a playset area to turn it into a nice display unit for your core class Transformers. That would have been a nice gimmick to go with it. But I think this small unit is just about enough. If there's something to really gripe about with the Ark, it's how easily things fall out of it and fall off of it. A lot of the different panels on both Mainframe and the Ark fall off very easily. And the golden discs, as you saw, really didn't stay attached very well. All in all, you have to be careful if you're going to display this set, because it does seem like it does tend to fall apart relatively easily. Not the whole toy, but certain segments do fall off very easily. And if this is intended as a child's toy, a lot of those pieces are going to get lost very easily. At any rate, that concludes my review of the Autobot Ark from the Kingdom line. I hope everybody enjoyed it. I ask that you all please like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel, because we do certainly appreciate the feedback and the love from all of you. This is Sparkster1701, reminding you all that the day this video is posted is Halloween. So everybody have a safe and happy holiday, and I will catch you all later.